Hi everybody, Richard Robbins here. Want to ask you a question. What went well for you today? Interesting question, I understand. You're probably going, where's he going with all this? Well, it has been scientifically proven that success doesn't lead to happiness, happiness leads to success. Now, I just finished reading this great book called Flourish by Martin Seligman, and many people consider him the father of positive psychology. But anyway, in this book, based on his research, he has found that depression is 10 times more common today than it was 50 years ago. But what's interesting is everything is better than it was 50 years ago. See, if you think about it, our purchasing power is 5 times what it was 50 years ago. 50 years ago, average size of a house, 1,200 square feet. Today, it's like 2,500 square feet. 50 years ago, 1 car, 2 drivers. Now what happens is we actually have more cars than we do drivers. 50 years ago, maybe 1 TV. Now we got 3 or 4 in our homes. If you think about it, 50 years ago, maybe 1 out of 5 children went to post-secondary school. Now it's almost 1 out of 2. We have more music. We have more books, right? We have more available to us in terms of content than ever before. And depression is 10 times more common. So are we happier? And obviously the answer is no. So here's what he did, and I think you're going to find this really interesting. He had a front page cover coming out in a magazine, a great article, and was talking about depression and happiness. And what he decided to do, when this magazine came out, which was 2005, he thought, I'm going to set up a website, and I'm going to get people to go to the website, and they can do a test, which is sort of a depression happiness test. And what they did is they got thousands of people to do this test, and then they took the 50 most depressed people and they asked them if they were interested in doing a little exercise. And they got 50 people that agreed. Now, these were the most depressed people. And for 7 days in a row, what they had to do before going to sleep at night, there's one thing they had to do. They had to write down 3 things that went well today. That doesn't mean, 3 things that they won. It just means 3 things that went well. It was as simple as maybe, hey, driving to work and the traffic wasn't bad. Just 3 things that went well, and that was the last thing they were to do before they went to sleep. And then what they did is they got them to do the depression happiness test again at the end of 7 days. Now here's what they found. When they first did it, on a scale of 0 to 50, these 50 people averaged number 37 in terms of rating, which was severely depressed. After only 7 days of doing this, they had dropped to 17 on average, which was mildly depressed. So his theory was this. What's happened is so many people, because we have so much available, we also see what we don't have in the world. We're focusing on what we don't have. We're focusing on what went wrong instead of what actually went right. And he said one of the keys to eliminating depression and becoming happier, which means we'll become more successful, is to focus on what went right today. What went well today. So I'm going to give you 2 quick exercises that will help you with this. Number 1, as soon as you wake up in the morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. And before you go to sleep at night, the last thing you do, write down 3 things that went well today. And you test the theory yourself. Thanks for watching. I wish you amazing success.